All right, everyone, buckle up, because today we're going to dive into something that's been super interesting to watch unfold. We're talking EV charging, but not just any charging. We're talking about Tesla superchargers and how the game is changing, like, rapidly.
Yeah, it's a really pivotal moment, actually. For the longest time, EV charging has kind of felt like the Wild West out there, right?
Yeah.
Everyone with their own thing.
Totally. And it's been a bit of a headache for EV owners, to be honest.
Absolutely. For EV adoption to really take off, people need to know they can reliably charge their cars wherever they go.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about whether they've got the right plug or the right app.
It's like that universal phone charger thing took forever to get there.
Exactly. But it seems like we might be heading in the right direction, at least in North America. Tesla opening up its Supercharger network is kind of a big deal, and no one saw it coming.
Tesla superchargers have always been considered the best, but only Tesla owners could use them. This whole thing really kicked off with Ford, right? They were the first to make a deal.
Yeah, Ford jumped in head first.
Yeah.
May 2023, they announced this huge partnership with Tesla. Ford EV owners would be able to use the Tesla Supercharger network. Pretty wild considering their history.
Yeah, weren't they kind of like rivals before?
Oh, for sure. This deal was a clear sign that the industry is shifting, like big time.
Okay, so let's break it down. Say I'm driving a Ford EV. What does this deal actually mean for me?
Well, picture this. You're on a road trip, and suddenly, bam, you have twice as many charging options. That's what this deal means for Ford EV owners. We're talking 12,000 more superchargers all across the U.S.
Okay, that's a lot of charging stations. But I'm guessing there are some caveats. It can't be as simple as just rolling up to any supercharger.
You're right. There are a few things Ford owners need to know. First, you'll need an adapter. It's this little thingamajig that lets your Ford EV connect to the Tesla supercharger.
Okay, so it's like an adapter for, like when you travel internationally and you need that adapter for the outlets.
Exactly. The good news is Ford is giving those adapters away for free, at least for now. The other thing is you got to make sure you're going to one of the upgraded superchargers. They have the right tech to work with the Ford EVs.
Got it. Upgraded superchargers. So Ford makes this move, and then what happens? Other car companies probably started sweating a bit, huh?
You know it. All of a sudden, everyone else is playing catch-up.
And who is next in line?
GM. No surprise there. They announced a deal with Tesla in September 2024. Their EV drivers will be able to access the supercharger network too, but there's a catch.
There's always a catch. Lay it on me.
Remember that adapter Ford is giving away? Well, GM's making their customers buy it.
Really? How much are we talking?
$225. It's a bold move.
It is. People are already kind of iffy about switching to EVs because of the cost. I wonder if that'll hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, some analysts think so. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Especially since GM is doing this whole phased rollout thing. First the US, then Canada.
Maybe testing the waters?
Maybe. Or it could be about making sure they've got enough upgraded superchargers in each place before they open the floodgates.
Makes sense. So we've got Ford, we've got GM. Who else is sniffing around the supercharger network? What about Hyundai? I heard they might be next.
The rumor mill's churning. Hyundai's got a ton of EVs coming out, so getting in on the supercharger action would be huge for them.
Huge. Okay, so now we've got all these car companies jumping on board the Tesla supercharger train. Does this mean we're finally heading towards one universal charging standard for everyone?
It's the million-dollar question. There's definitely a push towards standardization, which is great for drivers, but there are still other charging networks out there. Plus, new technologies are always popping up. Will Tesla's system win out? Will we end up with a few dominant players?
Or will it be like a beautiful tapestry of interconnected charging networks? Who knows? What a time to be an EV owner, though, am I right?
No doubt about it. This whole landscape is changing faster than ever.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see where we are a year from now. What do you think?